moment to the Bnei Yissoschor's son, Rav Dovid of Dinov, Heiliger Rav Dovid of Dinov. And I want to tell you also that there's a specific reason why I like to pick the Bnei Yissoschor. There's so many Kever tzaddikim all over Poland, specifically why the Bnei Yissoschor. So I have a personal connection with the Bnei Yissoschor, apart from, of course, the Svarim that he wrote that I learned, but in the Mishpocha as well. My grandfather, of whom the yeshiva is named after, so his wife, my grandmother, her great-grandfather, his name was Rabbinish Turner. Rabbinish Turner, my grandmother's name was Turner, before she got married. And her great-grandfather was Rabbinish Turner. He was known as Rabbinish Gaba. Rabbinish Gaba. Anybody that was zoichet to ever speak to the Shomer Minim Rebbe knew many stories about Rabbinish Gaba. But upon him, the Bnei Yissoschor had a son, as we see over here, with Dovid of Dinov. And he had a son called Tzvi Elimelech Mibluzhov, the first Bluzhov Rebbe. That's Rav Dovid, that's the son of the Tzvi Elimelech, the son of the Bnei Yissoschor. He had a son called Tzvi Elimelech Mibluzhov, who's the first Bluzhov Rebbe. And he was named after, of course, his grandfather, Tzvi Elimelech, the Bnei Yissoschor. So Rabbinish Gaba is the Gaba of Rav Dovid of Dinov. And every single day, the Rav Dovid of Dinov used to have times that he would do his spoidedus, that he would talk to Rabbi Nishlonim, and it was a known fact, nobody could interrupt him. Love or money, it doesn't make a difference. How much money, it doesn't make a difference what the situation was. Nobody would disturb Rav Dovid of Dinov from his spoidedus at that time. There was one time that Rav Tzvi Elimelech the Bluzhov, the Heilige Bluzhov Rebbe, came in and he knocked on his father's door. He wanted to speak to his father, Rav Dovid of Dinov. And the Rabbinish Gaba, my great-grandfather, opened up the door and he says, "What do you want?" He says, "I need to speak to Tati. I need to speak to my father." He says, "You know the rules. Your father's doing his spoidedus now in these hours. Nobody's allowed to disturb." And he begged him here and he begged him there, all different ways. He begged him whenever he could. And my grandfather, Rabbinish Gaba, said, "No, you can't go in." So the Bluzhov Rebbe said as follows: "If I give you a bracha, will you let me in?" So Rabbinish Gaba says, "Hold on a second, what's the bracha?" So I'll give you a bracha that every single one of your descendants until Mashiach comes will be religious. I'll give you that bracha if you let me into my father of Dovid of Dinov. When my Zayda Rabbinish Gaba heard that, he said, "I'm not giving up on this one. And I'm going to allow you in." And Taka gave him a bracha and he allowed it in. We checked into the Mishpocha from all different angles and different ways, and they live in different places in the world. Baruch Hashem. Every single one of them were religious. So Rabbinish Gaba got the bracha from the Bluzhov Rebbe, went into Rav Dovid. Just one last ma'aseh about Rav Dovid of Dinov. There was small amount of people in Dinov at the time Rav Dovid was over here, barely enough for a minyan. And the goyim used to go mishiga. He used to drive them crazy with this plot and that plot. They couldn't stand the fact that the Yidden were here making davening and singing. They couldn't take it. Until one time the goyim got so upset, they started shouting and screaming, and some of the Yidden, whatever reason the situation was, they gave one of them a slap. The goy fell on the floor. He looked like he died. Now, when a goy dies at the hands of a Yid, that could cause tremendous problem for all of the Yidden in the shtat, in the town. They didn't know what to do. So they went to Rav Dovid of Dinov and they said, "You have to help us. You've got to help us because this could affect all of the Jews over here and in so many places." And eventually Rav Dovid of Dinov said, "No problem." He took his handkerchief that he used for davening and he said, "Wipe the face of the dead man and whisper into his ear that Dovid, the son of Mil Rochel, sent a message that he should get up." And kachava, they took the handkerchief, they went to this goy, they wiped it on his forehead, and they said that Rav Dovid, the son of Mil Rochel, said you should get up, and all of a sudden the goy just gets up. So everybody say, we're dealing over here with the heilige people, heilige tzaddikim. This is a place of tefillah. It's a place that the Rabbi Shalom accepts tefillahs. Kodesh Baruch Hu accepts tefillahs everywhere. But certain places are more sugal to have tefillahs to go up. Let's take a minute, we'll close our eyes, every single one of us, and we'll be mispalal. And the Be'ez Hashem will say Tehillim together, as Koyach HaRabbi always does, a higher Koyach. The Be'ez Hashem will have Yeshua and all our tefillahs will be answered the Tova.